I wasn't black. Like, if I was born white, Asian, Mexican, whatever, I probably wouldn't talk to black folks at all. I'm not saying black people are bad, but I'm saying it's just too much shit. All the other races, I feel like they're just tired at this point. No matter what, they always gotta go through some shit.
I hate being black. I love myself and I love what I look like and I'm proud of being a black person, but I hate being black because I hate all the things that comes with being black.
I'm glad that you're watching, amazing viewer. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. If this is your first time, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you're coming back to watch my video, you know you're the real one, you know. You're the real one. And I love interacting. It's another TikTok video about black people who aren't really happy to be black. And due to what is associated with blackness, there's a lot to discover. So I'll let you listen to the rest so that we can interact. Get to hear their point of view and also, yeah. Let's listen to what they have to say. I don't want to speak much right here, but I'll be giving my input at the end of the video. Don't forget to leave me your thoughts. I really love interacting and every point is right, you know. You are right in your thinking, but just try to observe the community guideline. We don't promote any kind of violence, but though we have a bit of sensitive videos and we can't be comfortable unless we get uncomfortable. Let's dive into it. Enjoy the rest.
But I hate being black because I hate all the things that comes with being black.
So I don't know who the person is who made that video, but it made me really sad. And whenever I hear black people say things like, I hate being black, it's heartbreaking because, you know, the reality of it is that yes, it's hard being black, not just in America, but anywhere in the world, right? Going out to restaurants, going out to movies, being a student, walking your dog. It's just hard. People are racist, people are white supremacists, so on and so forth. But the way that racism works is it wants you to hate yourself, hate your experiences, hate your existence, rather than the people doing the things to you to make your existence hard, right? So I just get really, really sad when I hear people say they hate being black rather than take that energy and turn it on the people who are actually causing you the daily harm instead of yourself.
Y'all want me to be truthful? You guys know me for telling the truth. The way I see it, it seems like it. It seems like black people are segregating themselves to the point where they don't even want to have associations with anybody else. If you notice the majority of these videos, these trends that they're doing, it's a lot of just anti-white, anti-Hispanic, anti-Asian. I mean, it's always pro-black, keep the black dollar, invest in all black businesses, shop black owned. I don't want segregation. I don't want to have to deal with this type of shit. I watched movies as a little kid in school and it fucked my mind up completely. Again, I do not want segregation. I love all these people. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, green, blue, or have 3 spots of blue in your ass cheeks. I don't care. As long as you're a human being and you bleed red like the rest of us, you're a part of us. We are one race, one big family. And if we don't start acting like it, it's gonna get worse. And if segregation ends up happening somehow during my lifespan, God forbid, bet your ass I'm not gonna be on the black side. And that's just based on how I've been treated here. What bothers me is those civil rights activists that really work their ass off, that really put their life on the line for our futures today, are rolling in their graves now because their whole work is being fucking torn apart. And for what? Something that didn't happen in your lifetime and none of the people that you're blaming have anything to do with? Crazy.
As a black person, I realize not every black person needs to be saved. Some of them need to be left behind because there will be some black people who will throw you under the bus and shame you even if you're fighting for their rights. So take care of yourself.
What do we do about black on black crime and how we treat each other? We are the victims of ignorance and an oppressive system. There are more drugs in the black community today than ever before, and there are more guns in the black community than ever before. There was a time when black folk could not get a gun, but now black folk have guns, but not guns to shoot those who have destroyed us, but guns to destroy each other. Our work is to teach black people to love themselves, And you can't love what you don't know. So in Black History Month, all black people and all white people should get to know who we are. And when you know yourself, you'll fall in love with yourself. And when you fall in love with yourself, it'll be exceedingly difficult for any of us to do harm to ourselves. If we don't respect ourselves, who then will respect us? And if we don't love one another, who then can we expect to love us? So the burden is not on white people to change toward us. The burden is on us to change toward ourselves. And when we do that, we will force a change in them toward us. And
I hate black-owned businesses. Hear me out. Keith Lee was in Atlanta. Everybody knows how Keith does his thing. He sends his family or calls anonymously so that he doesn't get any special treatment. His family goes and requests a table. They tell him it's going to be like an hour, 2 hours. Keith Lee goes in there. Within 5 minutes, they're ready to seat him. He finds that very strange. And so do I. Why did they deny his family seating when they had plenty? Normally, I would say, well, he's a celebrity. That's just how things work. He got some celebrity privileges. After reading into it, seeing a whole bunch of videos on it, looks like an Atlanta restaurant is getting humbled. Owner of the restaurant happened to be part of something called Old Lady Gang. Never heard of it. Back to my point on why I hate black-owned businesses. Keith Lee put so much effort into helping random businesses, not just black-owned. It just so happened that this interaction wasn't as pleasant. He made a video regarding it. Now that business is having bad reviews. Despite the negative views that the restaurant already had before Keith Lee, now they're getting handled. And Keith Lee does a lot for black businesses. He actually mentions it a lot. The reason why I hate black-owned businesses is because of this tweet. She says, "Fuck Keith Lee. I do not understand how this shit person feels it's his mission to go around bad-mouthing black-owned businesses. Who hurt him? A black-owned business hurt him." Having black-owned on there already is annoying as fuck, because you don't see white-owned or Asian-owned or Indian-owned on these fucking restaurants. And they seem to be doing just fine. The business fucked up by playing favorites. They should treat all of their customers equally. And that's the main reason why Keith walked out. One thing he does not like is going to a restaurant and being treated special. He wants everybody to have the same experience as him. So when his family went in there, he expected the following, but was completely disappointed. And now parts of black Twitter is going after Keith Lee. Keith Lee ain't doing nothing to nobody. It's this shit restaurant. I'm actually really glad that this was brought to light. This is gonna send a message to all black-owned businesses and restaurants to start treating your people better. Everybody.
I'm black and I'm proud. All of the races can sit the fuck down. I'm the reason the culture around. If you black, match the sign.
Oh, you want to be a black woman, huh? Okay. Are you ready to be discriminated by nearly everyone around you, including your own men? Are you ready to be degraded, insulted, or even assaulted just because you didn't give someone your number? Are you ready to work in the same positions as non-black men and women while getting paid less than them? Are you ready to be seen as the beauty standard, only to be told that you're not the beauty standard? Are you ready to have your culture stripped away from you to be used by people who don't even care about your culture? Are you ready for people to push the all lives matter rhetoric anytime somebody gives you praise? Are you ready to be told that you're ghetto, ratchet, and that you have a bad attitude anytime you speak up for yourself? Are you ready to be asked what do you bring to the table so much that you become sick of it? Are you ready to have toxic men tell you that you're gonna die alone if you don't submit to them? Are you ready to be devalued and be compared to a used car because of how many partners and children you have? Are you ready to be told that you have to look a certain way and have a certain body type to be considered as a woman of high quality? Are you ready for people to demand that you use your God-given talents to benefit other people only for them to give the respect and recognition to someone else? Are you ready to experience what colorism feels like? Are you ready to be racially profiled by police, Karens, and Kevins when you're just minding your business? Are you ready to be overlooked for opportunities that you know you are qualified for because someone would rather choose a less qualified person with fairer skin? Are you ready to be hated simply because you're a black woman? Things like these and so much more are what black women have to deal with every day of their life. There are no breaks, no timeouts, and no restarts. Being a black woman, or a black man for that matter, is not some costume that you can just put on and take off anytime you feel like it. This isn't cosplay or Halloween. For us, this is life. And if you or any other non-black person are not ready to embrace the struggle as much as you embrace the culture, then I do not want to hear any one of you identify yourself as black. It doesn't matter how much of our culture you absorb. Wearing this melanin is not something you pretend to be. It is something that God himself blesses you to be. The voice has spoken.
And black people are too fucking sensitive nowadays. You can't say shit around them. You can't do shit around them. You can't speak your opinions around them. You can't have a preference because it's racist. You can't sing your favorite song because it has the N-word in it. You can't wear this hairstyle. You can't wear this brand. And now black folks just want their own space, separated from white folks. That's insulting. I mean, you think about all that damn march and all that damn fight and all that bullshit for what? Just to go right back. People in the past that fought for equality are rolling over in their grave, man.
How would you respond to someone who says we as black people cannot progress because we have a victim mentality rather than a victor mentality?
Share your thoughts.
Well, that's complicated. I would say that we all have an obligation to live our best lives, and we can't do that without releasing trauma, addressing trauma and releasing it, forgiving and walking in forgiveness and love and peace. And I think that whatever we do for ourselves will be made manifest in the world. However, there are structural systems in place that are designed to oppress marginalized people, particularly those that helped build this country 400 plus years ago. And I think as a result of that, I'm not going to take the responsibility of what the oppressor has done as my victimhood, right? I think that the reality of it is there have been consequences of systemic oppression, and those things have to be uprooted, just like the trauma that may exist in me. So I think that both things can be true and both things can be addressed at the same damn time.
I want to continue from where she left from. It's unfortunate, yes, to know that there are people who aren't really proud to be black. They hate everything that is associated with blackness. You know, melanin is beautiful, melanin is good, but it goes beyond that. It goes beyond. Not everyone looks at you as that beautiful being that you are, and that can be traumatizing, you know. And when people operate in trauma, they cause harm to others, and they don't care. They don't seem to care about the pain that they're causing to others. I come from a background of war, and you can see how the pain, the trauma, the suffering that people have gone through ages, you know, has made them become insensitive to others, you know, pain. So when I'm looking at the Black American problem, you know, I'm getting to say, I want to take you a little bit back into history and remind you that the Black Americans are the only race on the planet who has ever fought for the right to exist. So it had to be written from this day on. These people are human beings. You know, that's an implant that will take ages, years and years to get out of people's minds. So, but that doesn't mean that you should hate being Black. I'm sorry that you are feeling that way, and it's normal. But let's pass over it. Since you already know the truth, you know the history, we know things, we just have to be patient. I know it's hard to live in that system, you know, and we pray that things get better, because racism is the root of all these things. Discriminative systems and systematic racism everywhere you go, in a restaurant, wherever, there's a lot that is being associated to blackness, and it didn't start today. So if you fight with people today, it didn't start with them. Yeah, so I don't know what you think about this. I'm so curious to hear from you guys.